Holy shit. Wow. I can't believe that happened. I was just out there and I went over a little bit of chop and the boat sort of kicked like this and then just stopped. And I looked back and the motor's just not even there. And all I could see was this thing super taut. And like, obviously it's taken me a split second to realize that the motor's come off the back. And so now I'm pulling the motor up by this fuel line. And I'm just like, please, 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 please come back up. And then I eventually got to the handle and I got another hand on it. And then I was able to sort of grab it and shimmy it in and eventually put it back in its place. Stop trying to float away. I'm trying to tell a story here. And then I rode from out there into this. This is the closest beach. And now it's 6:30 in the morning. I am a fair distance away from home, this many nautical miles. Let's just think this through. When the motor fell off, I had my little safety lanyard on, so the motor would have cut out. I'm just really reluctant to try and start it, but I don't know if I have any other option. It's not starting. It's not starting. Well, I've got two options. I got one, I can row home. It's a long way. Two, I can sign up for marine rescue or the other one and just pay the yearly fee and get them to come tow me home. Or three, I can get the boat to maybe like a beach over there. I can make my way home and then come back with my ute. Guess I could chuck this on the roof maybe, I don't know. In the meantime, I'm going to row back to civilization while I think about what I'm going to have to do. All right, I'm on the other side of the island that I just washed up onto. Yeah, so my plan is I'm going to see how long it takes me to go there. It obviously looks a lot further. It is pretty far, but it looks a lot further on camera. I'm going to see how long it takes me to go there. And I'm timing it, and then I'm going to see if it's feasible for me to even get home using nothing but my guts. Peter picked me up. Good Samaritan. What a legend. Peter and Kath, if you guys are watching, thank you so much. I felt bad, so I just got him to drop me off. He's taken me at least halfway, which is absolutely great. I figured some good Samaritan was going to pick me up, but yeah. Anyways, onwards now. I think I'll just do a little bit of put some sunscreen on actually, and then do a bit of rowing, do a bit of pushing the boat along just the very edge is actually more difficult. Walking through the water is actually more difficult than rowing, so. Every kilogram that I don't have to pull along helps at this point. I've got my watch and it's telling me how fast I'm going. So I've been trying all these different rowing styles. So I'm trying little ones like this, which is actually quite efficient. Like once I sort of get up and going, see that's taken me about 2 knots with just tiny little strokes. But and that's quite, I feel like that's quite easy. I could do that for a while. And if I do big ones, that's giving me between 2 and 2.5 knots, sometimes 3, but that's not sustainable for me. I wouldn't be able to do that long term. Yeah, that would be good. Another good Samaritan helping me out. He's got some tools and we're going to see if we can pull the spark plug out and see if we can get it going again. Check me out! This guy on this houseboat, just here, Chad, and his little dog, Mr. Toto. What a legend. Yeah, he was just like, oh, hey, just row over there, I've got tools, I'll get it started. Yeah, we pulled the spark plugs off, just opened up the carby to let it all out. Yeah, just gave it a good spray down, pulled it through a whole bunch of times, and he cleaned the spark plugs up for me. What a legend. Man, I love the boating community. I mean, everyone's nice, but the boating community is just a next level of trying to help each other. So they're so good. But yeah, look, woohoo! Now I've got to get it home and give it a good clean because I need to get to it as quickly as possible. So well, that saves me having to row the next 3 miles. Absolute legend, Chad. Everybody involved, thank you so much. I'm home. I did not expect today to be a vlogging day, but I figured out what happened. Let me run you through it. So when I jumped in this morning, obviously proper dark, I was going to go for a surf. I did this one up and then I did something else and I don't remember doing this one up. Almost certainly I just didn't do it up. And then I was standing up. I stand up a lot of the time when I'm going because it's a lot more, it's a lot easier to sort of get over all the wake and stuff from boats. Yeah, and then there was just this tiny little bit of chop, and when the boat is going faster, it's a bit skittish with one person in it, especially standing up. And yeah, and so it just started to get the death wobbles. And so I've sort of like onto my board, sort of fallen forward onto my board, like just grabbed onto the board, not fallen. And at the same time I have pulled, I had the lanyard on and that was on my arm, and so that's naturally pulled the kill switch off the motor. Point number 1 was I was an idiot and didn't do that up. Point number 2 was I have this always in, I don't know what mode you call that, but it can always tilt up, and that's so I can cane it into the beach, and if I hit anything or if I hit a sandbar or anything like that, the motor will just go up. But when you chop the throttle, the boat still wants to go fast, but then the motor is dragging through the water, and the water pushes the motor up. And so it was a combination of the one spindle not being undone, and the boat being unstable, and pulling the kill switch, it pushed it up. It's literally just gone into the drink. I am so unbelievably lucky that fuel line, this fuel line here, like this little clamp here held on to the outboard when it was under the water. Oh my god, what is this made of? Bloody titanium. And that moment, I had the same moment when my B&G Bluetooth wind vane was sliding off the boat, and I almost grabbed it, and there was a split second there where I'm like, this could go either way, but that ended up in the drink as well. But there, I was like, I don't know, it was like maybe maximum 10 seconds maybe for me to, I was like, slow, it was heavy, it was slowly bringing it up. This thing was stretching and taut. Once I got a hand on the throttle and I knew I had it, I was not letting it go. It was pretty weird. It was still dark. Like, I was also worried about there's some boats around. I was worried about someone running over me, but I had my lights on and stuff. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull that apart and service it. Gonna pull everything off, gonna wash it all down. I've never pulled a carby off before, so I'm going to go on YouTube and learn how to do that. What am I taking away from this, and what can I relay to you guys? First of all, I have a VHF in here. I also have flares and a V-sheet as well, and oars. So I was fully equipped. I had my phone as well. Obviously do this up. I'm also going to get a D-shackle and put it through there as a bit of a safety. Also need to keep tools in here because I could have done that. Also we just took the spark plugs off and then took the bottom of the carby off and drained it out, and he obviously cleaned up the spark plugs. So I'm going to keep some basic tools in here as well. So anyway, lesson learned. At least my little motor isn't down at the bottom of Davy Jones's locker. He tried to go there, he was getting dragged down. That's it for me. I hope you learned something. Ciao. Maximum speed was 3.4 knots. Average speed was 1.3 knots. Maximum heart rate 170. Good to know. Not